So I think gold and silver and the resource stocks are going to recover now, but I would highly encourage people, if you've got stocks that have gone up a lot, take some money off the table. If you do not sell a stock when you've got a profit, the only other alternative is sell it at a loss.
Now, it's interesting what we've been seeing, at least in the last couple days, in the stock market and then with the precious metals, because it seemed like for a couple weeks here, we were seeing stocks drop and precious metals drop along with it. But now it seems like precious metals may have hit a floor and they're headed back up while the stock market continues to crash. Your take on what is happening between those markets, the precious metal markets and the stock market?
It's a very good observation on your part. And I'm not sure you read it, but I posted a piece on Monday and I said the metals were poised for a rebound. And if you remember, overnight Sunday, gold went down 1787. And then on Monday, it closed at 1822. So you had this incredible $35 an ounce move in gold. And again, I mean, I had a feeling that gold was going to recover. And in fact, it did. So I think gold and silver and the resource stocks are going to recover now. But I would highly encourage people, if you've got stocks that have gone up a lot, take some money off the table. If you do not sell a stock when you've got a profit, the only other alternative is sell it at a loss.
I think in all of your market trading insights, I love how your market trading insights are so, I guess, so commonsensical, but no one really uses them, right? So many people don't think that way. It's like, if you're at a profit, just sell your stock and you've made good. And hey, I mean, the only option there is to either sell at a profit or at a loss, as you mentioned. Now, going forward here, do you think that precious metals have bottomed from this point?
No, absolutely not. I follow sentiment very closely, and the daily sentiment indicator, which is the very best indicator for sentiment, it's like 57. Okay, when it gets below 10 for gold, we'll be approaching a bottom. But we have not had a washout, neither gold or silver or the resource stocks. We've had a momentary rebound, and I'm not saying sell everything. I'm saying get cashed up and keep some cash, because there's going to be some literally lifestyle changing opportunity for those who have cash when we hit a bottom. And what you were saying about some of the things that I say and some of the things I propose, do you remember the comment from Bernard Baruch when it said buy low, sell high? The interesting thing is he was the George Soros, Bill Gates best investor of the 1920s. And the first time I heard that, I thought, that's so simple, it's stupid. It doesn't make sense. But in fact, most people are conditioned to buy high and sell low, and that's why they lose. And if they can break that pattern, and guys say, how can you tell if a stock's low? And I said, well, you can look at the chart. Okay, well, how can I tell if it's high? Well, look at the same chart.
No, I mean, that's so key. It's just, you've even mentioned before that all you really need to do is look at the chart to see whether a stock is cheap or not. Typically, that's all you need. You don't even necessarily need to look at the fundamentals. It's like the chart will tell you a lot about the stock.
That's absolutely correct. And here's what investors need to think about. In a bull market, what happens to stocks?
They go up.
Okay. In a bear market, what happens?
They go down.
Okay. It is that simple. Everybody wants to make it complicated. Everybody wants to talk about the dollar exchange rate, interest rates, the Fed, manipulation, suppression. It's all absolute nonsense. Everything's either cheap or it's expensive, and you can look at a chart and see that. And one of the things I would highly encourage anybody in the resource business to do is to take a look at StockWatch or Stockhouse and track a stock for a year. I did a survey of the stocks that I follow, and there's about 30 stocks that I track, and the inner year movement is about 290%. Now, where people lose money is they buy a stock at 10 cents and it goes to $2 and they think it's going to go to 4. If you bought a stock at 10 cents and it goes to $2, sell the damn thing. If you buy a stock at 10 cents and it goes to 80 cents, sell the damn thing. You're either investing to make a point or you're investing to make a profit. Now, if you captured a quarter of the gains every single year, you'd have 75% a year return. The junior market is an extraordinary market to be in because the opportunity is there. You just have to learn to think differently.
So when it comes to what people should be invested in at the moment, it sounds like what you're saying is probably hard assets and then also have a lot of liquidity to take advantage of the pullbacks we're going to see coming soon.
That's a real good way to put it. If you can't hold it in your hand, if it's not real, okay, you can certainly follow what the Chinese are doing, follow what Putin's doing. And they're saying, we want to go to a commodity-based financial system. And that makes all the sense in the world. The degree to which much of the economy of the United States is just passing dollar bills back and forth. Okay, that's not a real economy. I mean, you've got Indian casinos out there in Phoenix. Are they part of the real economy? It's a crap game. It's gambling, okay? And when the stock market turns into a crap game, it's gambling. And when the bond market turns into a crap game, it's gambling. And what you want to do is take the least risk possible. And the funny thing is, I'm not a gold bug, okay? I appreciate the value of gold as money throughout history, but I am absolutely an enormous believer in having some kind of real asset. And quite bluntly, the stock market, I'll give you a perfect example. Tesla is worth more than every other automobile company in the world combined. Now, is that rational?
It doesn't seem like it. That seems pretty extreme.
Pretty extreme. Okay. Is it sustainable? Hell no. Will Tesla do the same thing that Target just did? Yep. One day, very soon.
All right. Well, Bob Moriarty, we really appreciate your time today. Before we let you go, I guess any last thoughts for the viewers? What should they be looking forward to in the future? Obviously, we'd love to continue to track this with you as a lot of what you're saying is playing out.
What they need to do is educate themselves. Do not believe anything the government tells you because they're lying about everything. And there are a number of excellent sources. There are some very smart people on the web. Do not listen to people to fill your fantasies. Listen to people. Examine what they say. Ask yourself, does this make sense? And if it makes sense, do it. And if it doesn't make sense, don't do it. It really is that simple. We're going to go back to the importance of individuals learning to think for themselves. And we've gotten so far away from that. We've turned the United States into a nation of sheep. And we're going to pay a heavy price for that.